Come on.
Because these three are
Condemn them.
Why are you here, my
Look.
Condemn it.
Why are you here?
Why are you putting the camera on my face when the camera should be on your face, condemning the hate preachers? Go on. Your team. Okay.
I'm a Sikh. I've got no fight in this battle. Why is he a hate? I've got no fight in this battle. Why is he a hate preacher? Because
Okay.
I've not done anything hateful.
If a person is dead and you don't like them for whatever reason, would you say, thank God he's dead?
You said that?
Whoever said that, would you say this is hate preaching or would you say this is beautiful preaching?
No, I wouldn't say, but this is Speaker's Corner. But this is Speaker's Corner. You can say what you want.
No, you can't take the picture. And
No.
So now it becomes freedom of speech.
Of course, it's freedom of speech.
When you insult a dead person, is that freedom of speech in your Sikh religion?
I'd be upset, but it's still freedom of speech.
Is that freedom of speech in your Sikh religion?
The thing is, I'm not going. I don't really care.
Look.
I don't care what you say about my Guru. It doesn't hurt me because my faith is stronger than that. The problem is you get upset about silly things like words. And in Speaker's Corner, he should be allowed to say whatever he wants.
No, he can't say anything. No, he can't say anything. Are you a Sikh allowed with this principle of free speech to insult your gurus?
Yeah.
Sometimes you'll be happy. You'll be happy.
Do
you have faith in your book and your gurus?
But think of my faith is strong enough to handle a few words.
Insult them, right?
Insult him now, and I wouldn't even flinch tonight. I wouldn't even think about it. Because your faith, are you saying your faith is so weak that you cannot take even a minuscule amount of criticism?
It's not weak.
It's not his weakness. Because Jesus is ridiculed all the time. You don't see. Of course I'm Sikh. What's this? I normally wear turban as well.
What do you believe in Sikh?
I'm not here to debate.
Are you a Sikh?
I'm not here to bring. I'm not here. But let me just say one thing. If I was to have the choice about what country I would rather live in, I would rather live in a Christian country than a Muslim. Which is a Christian country? Because as a Sikh, hold on. In the Punjab, we've had first before in the Punjab. Hold on. Let me talk. You're not letting me talk. No. I'm not Christian. I'm not. Oh, sorry. I'm not Christian. I'm not going to let you. Oh, don't worry. Let me just say something. I'm sick and tired of when Muslims say that the West and Christians are persecuting everyone. The Muslims say that? I hear it all the time because I watch a lot of speakers. What well, you're talking about Burma, you're talking about, and that is bad. Yes. But what I'm saying to you is that Muslims are hypocrites because they have killed so many people around the world for centuries. India, the Punjab, I think over 300 million Hindus were slaughtered over a 400-year period. There's a place called the Hindu Kush in Afghanistan. Afghanistan used to be Buddhist at one point. That's why there's no Buddhist there.
So now, as you know, I'm not going to respond to any of your side points. I want to ask you, if I'm going to live in a country, I would rather live in a Christian country rather than a Muslim country. Yes. That's what you said, right?
Because I can't practice freedom of speech in a Muslim country.
Wait.
Can I wear that in Saudi Arabia? Can I wear this in Saudi Arabia?
No. I can't.
You know why? Look, so why would I want to live there?
Let's back to that.
Why would I want to live there?
I thought you were a decent individual. When you spoke, you wanted me to
Go.
When I'm speaking, I haven't even finished my sentence.
Go.
Right, thank you. Try to learn something right, okay? Good.
I don't need to learn anything. I've heard you a million times. Stop. Your rhetoric is always the same. Stop. You're always a victim mentality. Oh, it's us, we're being persecuted. You are persecuted. Muslims have persecuted others for centuries.
So now as you realize, you are not a decent individual from your own admission, from your own demonstration. Instead of letting me speak, you keep babbling and babbling. Right. Name me one Christian country, then I can talk about it. Go on. You said you're going to live in a Christian country.
hypothetically.
Which country on planet Earth today you think is a Christian country?
I said hypothetically, I'll rephrase that. Hypothetically, if I was to live in one country and I had a Muslim Sharia country and a Christian country, I wouldn't even think about it. I would go straight to the Christian country.
So, which is a Christian country that is
I said hypothetically.
Yeah, hypothetically, which one?
There's no Christian country.
What
is hypothetically?
You know what? My response is
Or
this.
Italy then. Let's say, would I rather go to Mecca or would I rather go to the Vatican?
Slow down. Which basically,
I won't be allowed in Mecca.
in Italy. So
I won't be allowed in Mecca. I won't be allowed in Mecca.
You are hoping to live in a country that doesn't exist. No wonder you are in your state of mind like that. You wish to live in a country that doesn't exist.
Do you understand what the word hypothetically means?
He didn't say that.
I said it after. When he rephrased.
Even hypothetically, you have to have a country in mind which is a Christian. Now, you, according to your own admission, I haven't finished. According to your own admission, earlier admission, this country doesn't exist. So now tell me, in your hypothetical example, what are the characteristics of a Christian country? How are they governed? In terms of their laws of crime and punishment, in terms of their systems of economics, in terms of their education system, what and how are they going to be run? Now tell me.
I'm going to give you facts. In the Punjab, it was Sharia compliant for 200 years under Ozark. And they killed the Sikhs, and the Sikhs were almost massacred to around 150 people from, I think, around 300,000. So in the Punjab, in India.
If we want to talk about Christian country,
so when I talk about Islamic atrocities, you're going to go to Christianity now.
You said, remember,
both religions have committed atrocities, but the one thing I don't like is when Muslims come here bashing Christians, saying Christianity's done this, Christianity's done this.
Let him finish this. What you need to do, brother, is this.
Oh, let me ask you something.
Hold on before you ask. My brother in humanity, right? You are comparing two states, theocratic states. One is a Christian country based on the Christian ideals, which according to you doesn't exist. We will make one, hypothetically. We will see how this country will run, and whether you will live there, or whether you will live in an Islamic country run by the Sharia. Good. On planet Earth, which country runs by 100% Sharia? Which Islamic country? Which Muslim country?
This is the worst argument ever. Because the thing is, you always say that.
You make a claim, and you need to substantiate it.
Let me just...
Name me the country that runs
hypothetically,
today,
if I was to live in a Sharia compliant country as a Sikh, I would have to pay jizya, which is a tax to kind of demean people. They did it in Punjab. I'm not talking from shit because the Punjabis in Punjab in India had this on them. So this is not for me, this is not hypothetical.
You are again on top of that, conflating the discussion. My discussion to you is this. Listen, my friend.
But Christians don't do jizya.
Listen.
They're not going to ask me. Even that one thing, I would go to a Christian country.
Listen.
You're not going to tax me, are you?
Excuse me, what's your name?
My name's Raj.
Raj, I'm Mansoor, right?
I know you, I've seen you before.
What we want to understand and establish is this. Countries that are run by the ideals and laws and regulations, teachings of their religion. Islam by the Islamic teaching. Christian by the Christian teaching. So now, in reality, do we have any country on planet Earth that implements 100% of Islamic teaching to call it an Islamic country and 100% of Christian teaching to call it a Christian country? Answer that question first, and I'll move on.
Are you going to talk after, or are you going to ramble for 15 minutes?
I'm going to not ramble. I'm going to carry on and educate.
Because I need to just clarify something.
Okay, let me answer you.
Let me just say one thing. Just the one thing of jizyaing people and taxing people for being non-Muslim. As a Sikh, what would I be? Look, because the people of the book, what are the people that are not Muslim? Would I be executed?
Raj.
Would I be taxed?
Raj, slow down. So on the planet Earth today, in 2017, can you confidently say there is a country on this planet that runs by 100% of Islamic law, Sharia, and 100% of the Christian law called the Christian law. And you know what?
Hold on, let me just say something. Hold on.
Just answer and then I move on.
It's not as simple as that. You can't bully me till you just say that. Let me say to you, in the Punjab, in the 17th century, the Sharia compliant area with a Mughal were implying quarrels from the Sharia. Of course it is.
What the problem
Teach to pay the jizya.
the problem I see is, instead of dealing with the discussion at hand, you have in your heart some grief what the Mughal India historically did in Punjab. I may be in sympathy with you for what some of the Muslim people did at that time when they were not implementing Sharia. But what I'm asking you now, when we compare the teachings of Islam and the teachings of Christianity, which you said earlier on, this is why I was interested, that if I were to live in a country, I would not live in a Muslim country, I would I'm not finished yet. I will give you the chance to give me a response. In a Christian country, okay. A Christian country, by definition, must run by Christian ideals. You know what that means? No divorce. So if a husband beats the wife, breaks her leg, pokes her eye out, no divorce. I'm just giving you two examples of barbarity.
Muslim person can divorce his wife when he's saying it 14.
When I finish, if you live in a country like this Christian country, and you have a wife, and they're going to repeat what? Applying the Christian law to you as well, right? Because I don't want to live in that law. Imagine that law says it's applicable to everyone, right? And they said what? No divorce. So you batter your wife so badly, and your wife wants to come out of your bondage of marriage. She can't. She has to tolerate your barbarity, your cruelty, and live. And you would want to live in a society like that. Maybe you would, but your wife wouldn't. Your mom wouldn't. Your sister wouldn't. No, sorry. I apologize. I wanted to make it personal, but I do apologize. I understand some people. I apologize. Good. You see, our womankind would not want to be in a society run by this Christian law of no divorce. In a Christian law, wives must submit to the husband like unto the Lord. Just like you worship God, they have to listen and submit to her husband like that. So if, you know how people submit to God, conditionally or unconditionally? Unconditionally. If God says, pray, if you're faithful to Him, you pray. If the similarity is there with the husband, and the husband says, lift to the wife, lift one leg up and back like a dog, she has no option but to back like a dog with one leg hold up. Because according to the Bible, it says, wives, submit. I'm quoting your Bible, listen.
Is that Old Testament or New Testament?
New Testament. Wives, submit unto your husbands like unto the Lord.
What's the command to the husbands?
I'm talking about the command to the wives. So now,
there
if
is
a wife
reciprocity
is
there.
commanded
There is
by the husband,
reciprocity.
which husband?
You're talking about
A
just the
bad husband.
Show us. No. This guy's lied to you.
It doesn't matter.
He's lying to you.
What is the command to the husband?
I will demonstrate to you, don't worry.
No,
What is the command to the husband?
He's just saying what he believes. That's not hate preaching.
This is what I say with it. Husband,
Love your wife.
I've heard Muslims
He
agree
says
with
so
it.
many disrespectful things to people.
If you have a bad Christian husband but still believe in Christ, are you saying every single Christian who believes in Christ is a saint? No, they are very wicked, bad people. Is that right? Is that right? Talk about the Sharia Law. If a bad husband commands his wife to back like a dog, that's not Bible.
That's not Bible.
You're not your Bible. Alright, I don't care about all that kind of stuff, yeah? That's hypothetical. I'm not going to treat my woman like that. I'm an individual. Yeah, I'm not going to make her bark like a dog, so you can't say that to me. Yeah, I'll treat her with respect as well. Also, another thing is, why is it that Muslims can divorce their wives, saying divorce 4 times, but a woman has to go through 3 or 4? So that's just as bad. So you're chucking stones at glass houses. You're both doing bad things. I'm a Sikh, yeah, I'm in the middle. I don't really care. I look at it objectively. parts of Christianity I don't agree with, and parts of Islam I don't agree with. Which is why I wouldn't become Muslim. I like a lot of things about Islam, about the roles of men and women and stuff like that. Yeah, but what I'm trying to say to you, women, for you to bring me something about female kind of equality about Islam, is probably your religion is not the best one to propagate female equality. Because you can kill somebody, you can kill your wife by stoning her if she's adulterous, and you need 4 witnesses. Who said that? So by the way, they can marry 4 wives. It's like they can marry 4 wives. You don't want to stone your wife. In this country, can you go to jail for that? You don't want to stone your wife. Ask if he can marry, if his wife can marry 4 husbands. Yeah, why can you? Yeah, all right. This is one thing I would have asked anyway. Well, I know what you're going to say anyway. Because at that time, there was a lot of females and only a lot of war widows. What about now, though?
Again, your understanding of the Islamic laws are defective.
I didn't say I was a Muslim or even a specialist. I'm just saying what I've heard.
I didn't say you were a specialist. I didn't say you were a Muslim. I'm saying your understanding of Islamic laws needs refining. Let me tell you something that perhaps you can go and research more. When it comes to marriage, Islam allows marriage due to the nature of man and woman. It considers the nature of man, considers the nature of woman, and legislates accordingly. If you think that women would prefer more than one husband at any one time, you should expect non-Muslim societies around the world, at all times from history, women marrying more than one man and having more than one husband. History should have reflected that, if that was in their psyche, in their makeup. But what we find is only in rare examples here in certain countries, in India in the past and others, where, like, the Indian thing is how one woman married 5 brothers and so on, and a few other tribes. I'm not twisting, this is history. So if you now examine the world history of marriages, right, you will find majority of the world's cultures, you're interrupting now, majority of the world's cultures, don't twist the words, excuse me, look. Why can you not marry 4 husbands as one woman? I am teaching. I'll let you talk in a minute. I am not completely against love. I'm in agreement with Islam in terms of men's and women's roles here. I don't believe in men behaving like women and women behaving like men and stuff. So we're in agreement in a lot of ways in terms of men are built one way and women are built another way, and they think differently. Men are more promiscuous and women probably are not. What does it mean promiscuous?
It means that you sleep around or you...
Slow down, because I think you are getting there.
Yeah, but you know... I need to finish. Just because a man's more promiscuous, it doesn't mean that you allow him to be promiscuous.
Exactly.
Yeah? You're justifying a man's behavior by saying that, oh, just because he's promiscuous, he can't control himself, so I have to have 4 wives. Otherwise, I'm going to go one to the next to the next. So for me, monogamy, although I don't think it's, works all the time, it's much better than polygamy. Because you're never going to treat every single wife exactly the same. You'll always have a favourite. Same way Aisha was Muhammad's favourite. And all of his wives used to say that.
Brother, if you don't have patience, then ask Allah to give you and grant you patience.
So did the Prophet Muhammad not have favourite wives?
Let's come back to it.
Yeah, but I'm trying to show the problems with polygamy.
So now, before you show problems with polygamy, now let me go back to the question. Now, in most of the cultures, we see throughout human history. So it's not something that you have to go and learn from Google only. You can go to any university, any academia, you can learn that throughout human cultures, most of the time, marriage is one. Women did not consider to marry more than one man at any one time. But men married more than one. Men had relations with more than one. Even today, the affairs that married men having, non-Muslim married men, for example, behind their wife's back, they're having affairs at work while they're happily married. They say happily, right? Of course they're happily married. So they have many girlfriends. This is the society. So the reality is then, understanding are you listening?
I'm listening.
I am answering your question, why women cannot marry 4 men in Islam, right? So am I answering the right question?
So can I just what you say?
Let me finish. The question that you have asked is, why in Islam, brother, why in Islam women cannot marry 4 husbands, but men can marry 4? That's what I'm answering. I'm saying
I know you've answered it.
No, I haven't answered.
You have. You said men are promiscuous, so they need more women.
That's what you said.
No, you said that.
Listen. You said it.
No, you said men's behaviour and their natural urges mean that they want more women. Women don't. So you're saying it's biological.
Let me give you my
you
response.
said that.
No, Raj, let me tell you. I said you're getting there, right?
It's simple that I don't want to hear a whole rant about men's biology and all that rubbish. A man is more horny than a woman, so a man wants more women, so in Islam you can have more women.
Raj, if you're really interested to hear
but I don't want to hear a long theological kind of like argument.
I find you are very impatient.
I'm gonna shut off because I don't want to hear rubbish. I just want to hear
rubbish. Yes, what I'm explaining is rubbish. Yes,
because you said the same thing over.
Is that a fake sincerity in your question?
In 50 different ways.
Excuse me.
Your point is very simple. Men are more promiscuous.
No, that's not your point.
So but that's the basic grasp of it.
Okay.
So I don't want to hear about biology and this and that and that. Just be genuine and tell me.
According to the Quran and the Hadith.
Raj, I'm not trying to hear all that.
Raj,
that's
why are you sincere?
I'm not trying to convert anyone. I like this guy.
No, Raj.
I know.
How are you doing, you right?
Were you sincere?
That's all you have, Mansour.
Were you sincere in your question?
Yeah, of course I am. I don't understand Muslims.
So allow me to briefly, without any interruption.
But you've gone on for like 20 minutes about the same topic. You've answered it. You've answered it.
Listen, I haven't. So allow me
You know
what? You asked me a question and you answered it yourself. No wonder you did never learn.
Well, let me ask this guy here. I like this guy, so bring him in. Because I actually like.
Do you really think, Brother Adnan?
$1 million answer.
He's going to listen to your answer when you
Because God says so. Because we believe in God. Wait, let me explain. We believe in God. I'm talking to him. If you want to talk to me, stand there and talk to me. Okay, then be quiet.
What's the hadith on the Quran?
So, we believe in God. We have no doubt that God revealed the Quran. In the Quran, God allows certain things and He disallows other things. We follow what He allows when we can, however we can, and we do not follow what He disallows. Simple as that.
Is that blind
we blind follow God, yes.
You're saying you'd follow.
No, we blind follow. We don't blind follow humans. We blind follow God because we believe God.
Can God be ignorant?
Yeah. So do you understand my answer? We believe God is the creator. And because He's the creator, He's powerful, He's very, very powerful, immensely wise. These are the two qualities God has, definitely. If not others, these two definitely. Because He's the one who created the universe. And to create this universe, He needs immense wisdom. His answer can be different.
Let me say what
He's an individual.
Elaborate on it.
I didn't finish my answer.
If you listen to him, I'm sure he will make sense.
Raj, be fair. His answer is, well, I haven't even finished my answer. Why are you even saying he's answer?
If you give him a chance.
I've got to go, man. Well, I can't stand it for hours. It's simple. You said that men biologically are more promiscuous.
I didn't say that.
Yeah, you confirmed that. We said it, man. We'll watch it back. We didn't say those words, but men are more carnal. They want more sexual desire than women.
Do you understand, Raj? What he's doing now, what Mansoor is doing, he's trying to rationalize the commandments of God. We know what God commanded. We know what God commanded. And we believe that God commanded that. We firmly believe that God commanded that. Right? Okay? And now if you ask, why did God command that? This is where Mansoor comes in. He's rationalizing why God may have commanded X, Y, and Z. So he's rationalizing why there are reasons as to why men are different to women.
Can I just say something? I don't want to become, before I go, I apologize if I come across as rude, but the thing is, I don't care about theology. I just want to know, is it a good idea or a bad idea? I think it's a bad idea.
It's a good idea, bad idea.
It's I'm trying to look at things objectively. Even the Christian religion.
How do you know something objectively bad?
A man having 4 wives and a woman only allowed to have 1 is not equal to me, even though I don't believe in feminism or anything like that.
So you need to know the rationality behind it then.
Yes.
So
that's all right.
There are biological reasons why they cannot. No. If you let him finish, Raj, if you let him finish quickly, and then
hours.
Okay, you can talk.
I need to summarize, but summarize for you, right? Man and woman are different.
Have it so you count it, so it's in 2 minutes, so I can hear it.
Yeah, man and woman are different, right? Their needs are different, their thinking processes are different, the processing processes are different. So when man has needs, and they show these needs, organic needs, that they can have more needs to women and so on and so forth.
This guy,
This is when you hinted towards promiscuity, meaning to what? Being more attracted, more needy of other women. Women, by their makeup, in all times, they like to be, they like to be in one person relationship, loved by, cared for, looked after, and so on. They want to be one person relationship. If you ask women, this is what they would like. Excuse me. This is how the woman would like.
I think you need to speak to a 21st century woman. They're probably going to have a different
I have.
Yeah, we agree.
I think they're going to have a different view.
No.
Feminism is on the rise. It's on the rise. A lot of women, they think they are absolutely equal to men in all respects.
I'm in agreement with you on this.
Wait. No, I don't agree with that.
No, but I'm in agreement that
I'm saying women and men are not the same.
Yeah, they're not.
They're not the same. Physically, emotionally, okay, they're not the same. Physically, men and women, any sane-minded person, when you look at a woman and when you look at a man, you don't put them in the same toilets. You don't put them in the same toilets. Why? You have separate toilets, even in the West. Why? Because women don't want to be in the toilets with men. Because they're different. Their physicality is different, right? They feel about their body differently, like the men do, right? So the point here is, what Mansoor is trying to say, there are many biological reasons, there may be many biological reasons as to why God commanded this. How do we rationalize what God commanded biologically? That's the question. What he's saying,
predisposed to kill. So
sorry? Wait,
Are we
let me ask you a question.
people?
Let me ask you a question. A woman has 4 partners. A woman has 4 partners. Let me ask you a question now. Answer me one by one. She has 4 boyfriends. Let's assume she has 4
I
husbands.
know what it is, the baby
Wait,
situation.
no, wait. And men obviously feel differently sexually to women do. Okay, biologically that's true. Biologically, men and women, they feel different about sex. Okay, they see sex differently, right? They want different things from sex. Men want different things from sex, and women want different things from
Can
sex.
I just say something?
Wait, let me finish.
What's all about sex?
Let me finish.
What's all about sex? Please, one second. I'm in agreement with you. I hate feminism. I think men and women have distinct roles.
Yes.
Yeah, men are built like this. We're built like this for a reason. Men do a particular job. I don't want a woman fire.
We are breadwinners.
I don't want
We have been
I don't
given
want
the
a woman
physical-
fire woman coming save me for a fire because she's not going to pick me up. So, but I still don't agree with men having 4 wives and a woman
And
only
that's
having
perfectly
1.
fine.
So
There's no
I'm
problem
not
with you.
some kind
There's
of-
no problem with you disagreeing with
I'm
us.
not some kind of feminist
Yeah.
here trying to
No
defend it.
problem, no problem.
But
You're
if
not a
I-
Muslim. Raj, you're not a Muslim. We are. I'm a Muslim. Mansoor is a Muslim. There are other people who are Muslims there. We believe God has revealed certain things. And let me clarify very quickly that not every Muslim man is polygamous. Majority of Muslim men on the planet, not even 1%, put it this way, not even 1% have married more than 1 woman. Okay? This is allowed in cases where there is a need. For example, if there is a war in a country, like, let's assume, I'll give you an example. Second World War, men were in shortage here in Europe. Okay, you know how many men died? Why did I'm assuming your grandfather or your father came to Britain. Who came?
My dad.
Your dad came to Britain. Okay, he came in the 60s, right? My grandparents or my relatives came in the 60s. There was mass immigration in the 60s towards Britain. Okay, why? Because men were short, labor was short. They needed men to do certain jobs. Okay, right. So what happens after war? You have 2 choices. In Germany, for example, what happened after the Second World War? Sorry, Mansoor, I didn't mean to come into you.
I know you.
After I don't want to carry all this weight either, man. Okay, so men, for example, in Germany, after the Second World War, over 1 million German women were raped because their men had been killed. There was no one there to protect them. Russian soldiers came in and they wanted to avenge whatever happened in the past. So 1 million German women were raped. Some of them with glass bottles. Some of them with glass. I don't want to give the grim details. The books have been written on this topic. So these are real problems humans face. Okay, there are many issues. I can go on and on and on and on. So another point. There will be always on the planet more women than men. There are only 2 exceptions to this rule today, currently, China and India. In India, why? Because female infanticide is pandemic in India, right? As soon as the parents realize it is a female child, it is either aborted or when it is born, it is killed, right? I was reading a report only in one village in India, one village alone, they found 30 female fetuses in a well dumped, and they died obviously, okay? So female infanticide is is pandemic in India. So China and India are only two exceptions.
We're going off the road a bit. Can I just
I'm finishing right now. I'm finishing. Let's assume every man marries a woman on the planet. Let's assume for a second, okay? We still have millions of women without partners. What do you do with that?
So what's
your practical solution?
What if the roles were reversed and there was more vice versa? Would women be able to have 4 husbands?
We will talk when that happens.
Yes, but
we will talk when that happens. Currently we have
if there's a nuclear war, and I don't know, like 60% of the male population was wiped out.
Right.
Male?
I mean, the female population.
That's a very good question. Now, if there are, let's assume there are more females. There are more males than females. Okay. Even then, solutions can be found. You want me to give a solution?
But does God have to give you the solution, or does
No, God has already given us a solution. God has
already
already given us a solution.
Yeah, but you're talking a solution about the other way around.
As Muslims, I'm
but
going to give you a solution now.
There's not a solution for this problem.
I'm going to give you a solution.
Which could happen.
God give a solution. God has given us a tool called ijtihad. Ijtihad is discretionary ruling. Okay, when an issue arises, something happened in the society, or something strange is happening, and you need new rulings, then we apply the tool called ijtihad to reach. So, for example, if a man in Islam, it is perfectly forbidden, or strictly forbidden to eat pig.
But does that ruling come from God?
Yeah, wait. It is strictly forbidden to eat pig, for example. But if you are in a situation where you have no food but pig, then you can eat enough to live. Simple. So we have this, circumstances may change the ruling of the time, right? So when new situations arise, new problems come up, our scholars, they get together and they come up with new rulings. And this tool is actually God-given. It's not made up by themselves.
The thing is, I can't argue with you because
smoking?
Can I say that when it comes to theology, I don't really get into that kind of stuff because there's no way of winning or no way of actually proving my point against yours. One thing I do want to know here is like these guys come over here and they're calling the Christian guys hate preachers. Why they hate preachers? But I've heard so much more hate.
That is not fair.
Like all over the place, from Muslims are belittling Sikhs, belittling Hindus, belittling everyone, and they're saying the same thing. I want to understand the kind of hypocrisy behind this because they're coming over intimidating the guy and say, look, he's a Christian hate preacher. How often do you come? Yeah, but this is Speaker's Corner.
Wait. How often do you come to the park?
I listen to the videos every week, right?
I'll tell you why. I know you. I'll tell you why. Okay.
A little bit.
I'll tell you why. We call certain people hate preachers here. I'll tell you why. These people, they actually go out to spin the sources of Islam and lie on Islam and Muslims to make the Muslims look bad. And they are actually in league, some of them are actually in league with right-wing hate preachers. Let me give you an example. No, you have to. There was a gentleman here, Jay Smith.
Yeah, I like that.
Jay Smith was in league with right-wing activists. There are Christian hate preachers in America. Oh, no, let me tell you can turn the camera around and film yourself if you want to film that.
I think the definition of hate preacher is
someone
when someone's doing hate, I expect them to say kill this person, kill that person. They're not.
No,
they are just saying.
You don't have to say it.
Oh, no.
You don't have to say it.
But the thing
if someone says about Sikhs, they are troublemakers. They are, they can be, of course, they can be. Not all Sikhs. But if someone specifically says Sikhs are a bunch of troublemakers. See the genocide of the Sikhs. Why? Amitabh Bachchan.
Oh, he's an awesome.
Amitabh Bachchan didn't say go and kill all Sikhs. No. All he said was whoever killed our mother must pay for it. What does that mean? What does that mean? So that's why Sikhs were being dragged out of trains. You know what? By Allah, by chance, I was watching some of the documentaries the day before yesterday about Bhindranwala.
Adnan.
Okay.
I don't want to get emotionally entangled about Sikhs here.
Let me finish my point. Okay. Hate preaching doesn't necessarily mean that one has to say go and kill these people. No. It means sometimes it is insinuations. Sometimes when people insinuate that these people deserve to die for their beliefs. Right?
Never heard.
Okay, wait. I'll tell you what.
Never heard that.
When Jay Smith comes there, and holds the Quran in his hand and says, these Muslims believe in beating their wives.
Right, there is a verse in there.
Wait. It doesn't say that. It doesn't say that.
When it says you're going to abolish
you want to talk
and
about
then
it?
you're going to put them to the bed. All I'm trying to say is I'm trying to be objective. I've got no point of view.
You want to talk to me? You want to talk to me? Do you have the guts? Come forward.
I don't agree with any of the religions.
You want to talk to me? You want to talk to me? Come forward. I'm here to talk.
You're lying. I don't think they're hate preachers. They're just.
No, but why are you standing there and shouting liar, liar, liar when you can't even talk to me?
These guys come over.
Stop saying.
Can I just say something?
Liar, liar, liar.
I was sitting with this guy talking.
I respect this guy more because he's standing here talking to me.
I was having a private conversation with him.
So before you say liar,
his whole crew come over. I didn't even know what was going on, and you had all these cameras on us.
You know why we came?
And they said hate preacher, hate preacher.
You know why we came?
I'm trying to find out why
we
you hate preacher.
Raj,
The gentleman here,
we have
he
never
came
come
to
here.
condemn the hate preachers.
We the Muslims have never come to the park and said Christians, they do X, Y, and Z. Christians are this, Christians are that, because we know the term Christian is not homogeneous. Wait, let me finish. It is not monolithic. All Christians are not the same. We know that there are Christians who are mass murdering in Africa in the name of Christ as we speak today. In Central African Republic, Catholics. They're doing mass murder in Mexico. Over 100,000 people have died, killed by Christian drug cartels, and these Christians are practicing Christians.
Can I just say something?
Wait, let me finish. I'm finishing and you can come back. Okay? We don't come here to the park and say, Christians are mass murderers, Christians are bombers, Christians are terrorists. Quran promotes terrorism. The Bible promotes terrorism. The Bible promotes pedophilia. The Bible promotes killing of women. And there are verses in the Bible, if I was to read them, wallahi, by Allah, none of these Christians would be able to stand their ground. No, but we don't do that.
Can I say something?
We don't do that because we know Christians are not homogeneous.
I'm not Christian, I'm not a Muslim. I don't really care about religion and theology. I'm happy with my own faith. I'm Sikh. What I'm trying to say to you, there's a lot of hypocrisy in terms of what you classify as hate.
Imagine if I walk like this into a bus.
And what I'm trying to say is that you're
you know why,
you're spewing out all this stuff about
all these gadgets on me.
You're talking about all these Christian atrocities. That's a real laugh. That's a real laugh. You're talking about all these Christian atrocities, but I don't want to break it to you softly, but Muslims have committed mass genocide in India. You're talking about 300 million.
Talk about it.
Yeah.
Good topic.
In the Punjab.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Raj, I want to talk about it.
In the Punjab, in the Punjab over a 400-year period, the Sikhs are massacred.
From what time to what
You're
time?
talking about from Guru Nanak Dev Ji's time from around 1469
Right, so we're talking about 1500s.
Yeah, 1500s until 1800s.
Because Guru Nanak Ji was alive at Baba's time.
Yeah,
Zainuddin Baba's time.
Yeah.
And then up to what period?
You're talking about the 1800s.
1800.
Until Maharaja Ranjit Singh took control of Punjab.
Good.
I remember Maharaja
Let's talk
Ranjit
about
Singh
it.
was the first secular ruler.
How many people were
in
killed?
India.
How many people were killed?
This is not my estimate. It's an estimate by a lot of kind of like scholars.
Such as?
I don't want to go into names. I don't know.
Name the Sikh scholars.
It's not even Sikh.
Name the Sikh scholars.
It's white, black, whatever. I don't know.
No, wait.
What I'm trying to say to you,
Raj, until you give references, then it is only a claim which we cannot take seriously.
You take a claim and you don't take it serious, but I'm still going to say it. Estimated.
No, but Christians come around and they say the same thing.
Estimated 300 million Hindus or Indians were put to the sword over a 500-year period.
Right. It is impossible for 300 million people to be killed. I'm saying even 100,000. I'm saying even 100,000. Even 100,000.
It's not the number. It's the point that atrocities happen.
So your point is
under Islamic rule, under Aurangzeb,
right?
Aurangzeb, yeah. Under his rule especially, that a lot of people were massacred. What I'm trying to say to you,
wait. No.
In the Punjab,
I know these claims. Aurangzeb killed many people. Where?
Can I just say that? I don't want to go into all the historical facts. What I'm trying to say
I do. What
I'm trying to say to you.
Sorry, when you're going to make claims, you have to stand by them.
Let me just speak.
Not the right person to tell you about
Let me just speak here. What I'm trying to say to you is that Muslims always say Christians done this, Christians done that.
No, we don't always say that.
I'm trying to say
we don't say that.
You just said it.
I said to you that I can say it. We don't. There was a point I was making that we are not hate preachers. Why? Why? Because we can come in and give all these examples. Let me finish. All these examples and say all Christians are like that. We don't do that. You will never see a Muslim here doing that. That because Christians have committed crimes in the name of Christ in South America or in Africa, therefore all these Christians are like that. We don't do that. But these guys that carry the Quran in their hand, and Quran every single Muslim follows.
That means it must be something in the Quran that shows that.
No. Look, so I'm a Muslim. I'm a Muslim.
Nothing in there showing it.
Raj, I believe in every single dot of the Quran, let alone a word. I believe in every single dot of the Quran. Okay, I do not understand the Quran as these hate preachers do. I don't, because they read the Quran selectively, out of context. They quote one verse of the Quran. We don't. Give us an example when we said to you, you guys are mass murderers because of the Bible.
Let me ask you a question.
We never said that.
Let me ask you a question.
But what else said that? No, Daniel. What I'm trying to say is,
So what happened in Punjab? I wouldn't.
I'm talking about the hypocrisy
No.
of Muslims saying
double standards.
double standards of Muslims being
The problem is there is online.
both sides. Christianity has committed some of the
We will
worst
have
atrocities
online
here.
audience, Raj. So I think we should go systematically.
But can
When we
I
have
say
a
something?
discussion very quickly, systematically. You made certain claims about the Punjab. I want to quickly go through them, and then we can come back on
I'm
another
not an
topic.
expert on this.
Okay. I'm not an expert, but I'm going to give you references. As for Aurangzeb, there is a recent book out, published in 2017. If you want an objective view on Aurangzeb, not by a Muslim, not by a Sikh, or not by a Hindu, go and read this woman's book called Audrey. The lady who authored the book, her name is Audrey Trush. She has recently published this book. It was published and I think it was 2017 January. The month of January 2017. It's a smallish book, about less than 200 pages. It's one of the best introductions to Aurangzeb and his history.
Wait. We're getting too complicated.
No, Raj.
I made a claim to show the hypocrisy of Muslims, saying that they don't do
Where is the hypocrisy?
Because Muslims are always saying Christians have committed
Always, when you say always, even that's
not always, sometimes. I've heard it on
where?
YouTube videos.
And what do they say?
What they normally say, Christians have massacred these people,
Where?
converted them there in
Where?
South America or over here.
Where did you hear this?
On YouTube, I can't say
Which
exactly
channel, which
who
person?
it was.
So
it's
you
only
cannot
people.
take it seriously.
Yeah, so you got.
So
I
if
can
you-
take
no,
it seriously
Raj.
because I heard it.
No.
But
No,
what I'm
but
trying to say,
where did you? Who said
it doesn't
it?
matter
If
whether I can't name a person to you or describe him because I saw that video ages ago. What I'm trying to say to you,
So one video, you saw one video somewhere saying something stupid, and you wanted to, you Muslims always.
This guy here
Raj, what did you say? Raj, you said you
that guy
Muslims
hate
always. No, Raj, you made a statement. You said you Muslims always.
my vocabulary can be a bit condemning.
So
I'm
choose
gonna
the
take
word
it back
carefully.
sometimes.
There's some Muslims, some idiots.
Sometimes.
Let me ask
What I'm trying to say to you,
illiterate-
I didn't start this discourse here.
Let me
He
ask a
came
question before I
over
go.
calling that guy over there a hate preacher. I don't know what was
Nice.
happening.
And we stand by.
Why did you not even ask? You should have found out.
You should ask why you calling them.
Just to clarify,
I've seen these videos before. and
I
don't
brought
think hate
this
preaching.
cameraman, this gentleman. You know why? Because he agreed over there that if the Christians here really said, like, oh, thank God he's dead, he will condemn it. So I said, okay, come, let's find him, and you will condemn them. So I didn't come to condemn anyone or to rebuke anyone. He came with his own camera. He will turn it towards his face, and he's going to condemn the hate preachers who said that. You came along in the middle, suddenly saying, oh, why was this?
But we all get so
That's it.
I'm standing here.
Let me just ask you a question.
Would you condemn who said that? Would you? Yeah?
I want to ask you a question.
Let me ask one
If someone
question.
insinuates that a certain people in general are mass murderers,
Like say Sikhs.
okay,
I
yeah,
wouldn't care.
like Amitabh Bachchan said about the Sikhs in 1984, and thousands of Sikhs were killed. Innocent Sikh men, women and children were dragged off the trains and burnt. I was watching a woman's interview in 1984. She came to Delhi from the Punjab.
And you're trying to get me emotionally entangled about my people. And you know I'm not going to think logically. So I'm trying to say you can't conflate that with these guys. No one died from what they said.
Raj.
No one, you can't
Let me
conflate
finish,
with it.
Raj.
I'm
I'm going to give you some examples.
I know
so
what
you
you're
can relate
doing
to
it.
them.
You want to get me
Wait.
fired up over the Punjab.
No.
Because I'm Sikh and that hurts me.
Raj.
Let me ask you one question.
Wait.
No, but he's talking about 1984 when 3,000 Sikhs were massacred by Hindus.
Yes.
This has nothing to do with them.
Why were they massacred?
But there was nothing.
No, Raj, why were they massacred?
Because the Hindus were crazy at that time.
No.
I don't believe in
Who pushed
that one
them?
thing.
Who pushed the mob? Who pushed the
He
mob?
said a word, whether that had anything to do with it or not, I can't prove it. Or disprove
Okay,
it.
there were certain individuals who had made statements that the Sikhs will pay. Okay, they didn't say go and kill
Have they
Sikhs.
said that though?
Wait, sorry?
But have they said
Yes.
that?
Yes.
They said that.
You want
I'm gonna
statements?
pay.
You want
Yeah,
statements?
I want to hear it.
Okay, there are Christian preachers in America.
Here, no.
Wait.
That guy there, where is he?
Jay Smith.
No, the guy that
Jay Smith.
What did he say?
Jay Smith.
That guy there.
Why forget about Jay Smith? You said here.
Because I don't know Jay Smith. I don't know anybody.
You
All
said
I
you
know
like
is
him.
that
Raj, you said you like
I don't
him.
know him personally, but I've heard I like you as well.
Right, yeah.
I don't agree with Islam.
But do you think I'm a hate
I like
preacher?
Jay- no.
Do you think I'm a hate
No,
preacher?
I don't think Jay
Okay,
Smith
I
is
think
either.
Jay Smith is a hate preacher.
So this is where
Right.
we're getting our kind of wires crossed because I'm looking at things
Let me ask you a
objectively.
question.
I
As a
wish,
Sikh, I have no fight
I
in
wish him
this.
the best of his life.
I have no fight in this. Both of you seem like decent guys who are just trying to spread the message.
You need to look more carefully.
So why was this guy over there, not Jay Smith, that guy there, who I was talking to in a private
Daniel.
conversation?
Who's this? I don't
This
know
guy,
who you're talking
what's
about.
his name? That guy, Daniel, I was talking in a private
Not
conversation.
Somalia, he's Ethiopian.
And the whole crew come round us and start berating and calling him a hate speech.
Wait.
This is why I got involved.
Yeah.
You tell me in the conversation
Raj,
Raj,
if someone, wait. I'll tell you why he's a hate preacher. I know the guy you're talking about now. When London attacks happened, you remember?
Yeah.
What happened?
When they started stabbing people and running away.
Good. One of them was stabbing a woman. Those idiots, those barbarians who have nothing to do with Islam, one of them was stabbing a woman, right? Daniel, with his Quran, came to the park here, okay? And he was shouting and screaming in front of the camera, look what the Quran says, and they practice the Quran. And then I confronted him. I said, Daniel, why do you have to lie? Why? Because our Prophet categorically told us, categorically in authentic reports, that in conflict.
I don't see that as hate.
Raj.
I don't see that as
Raj, I'm finishing. Raj, I'm finishing. Are you biased, Raj?
I'm not biased.
So let me sound biased then. You sound biased because you're not.
Because I don't think you're hate
Because you're
preacher.
shut to reason now.
I don't think you're hate preacher. I don't think he is. I don't
Well,
think any of the
I'm
Christians
explaining
are.
why I believe he's a hate preacher.
Yeah, go on,
I'm
go on.
telling you.
Go on.
Okay, he came here and he said, look what the Quran says. It says to kill X, Y, and Z. And the Quran doesn't say that. Because we understand the Quran through the lens of the prophetic tradition. The Prophet himself explained the Quran, what the verse of the Quran mean. And the Prophet said, even in conflict, do not kill women, do not kill children, do not kill elderly, do not cut trees, do not burn crops, do not burn beehives, do not demolish buildings, do not kill monks, do not destroy churches. All of these categorical teachings are from the Prophet of Islam. These guys were deliberately ignoring me, and they were carrying on with the rhetoric. This is why we call them hate preachers. Because let me finish. Because they're a bunch of liars who don't want the facts and the truth. They want to pump hatred against Muslims. The Quran is a book of hate. Therefore, all Muslims are guilty of following the Quran, and they also need to be hated. This is what you call a hate preacher. That's the insinuation which you are failing to see. That's the point. Now, just like the Sikhs, two bodyguards of Indira Gandhi killed her. They shot her dead. Okay, 3,000 Sikhs paid with their lives. Okay, why? Because of certain hate preachers who came out and they said, those who killed our mother will pay with their blood. Okay, who paid? 3,000 innocent people. That's what you call a hate preacher causing a genocide. So these videos now, wait, Raj, these videos are being watched by thousands.
I need to speak though.
Yeah, you will.
Because you keep bringing up Punjab and Khalistani movement. Because you
Oh,
know,
man,
I'm
just giving you
emotionally
an example.
entangled with that
No.
as a Sikh. So I'm going to ignore that particular part.
You should be able to.
Because
reality comes to
you brought up Punjab. You're talking about a specific time frame in Punjab in 1984. What I'm talking
Let's talk
to you
about
is-
Mughal Pep.
What
You want to talk about the
I'm
Mughal
talking
Pep?
about- I want to know why you're classifying that guy over there who's a Christian as a hate preacher.
Yeah. I give
And
the reason.
You're giving a reason, but this is Speaker's Corner. He can say what he wants. Yes. And you should be able to refute it.
Yeah, okay, fine.
Refute it. Don't
That's
put
a
him
very
on
good
hate
point.
preacher. But you
That's
shouldn't
a
put him
very
on-
good point.
It's a very loaded
There are
word.
people, that's the point I'm making. There are people here
You can say
who
he's
come here
disingenuous.
and they say what they like.
He's a
And some
liar.
of them are saying hate. Some of them are
You
preaching
can
hate.
You could call him a liar and then refute him. You can't call him a hate preacher.
We have, go and watch our videos
No,
against
but you're
them.
calling him
We have given categorical
come over here
evidence.
calling him a hate preacher.
I'll give you.
I don't classify anyone here in the Speaker's Corner as a hate speech.
That's a hate
preacher because this is Speaker's Corner.
Listen to me. When a hate speaker is one who spreads hate
and it causes violence somewhere else.
Listen, earlier on you said this doesn't cause violence. He's not hurting anyone. There's Muslims getting violently attacked left, right, and centre. Excuse me. Yes, it is, my friend. When there's speeches like that happening, condemning Muslims when Muslims aren't wrong, and all the British people are hearing that Muslims are wrong, violence is spreading. Muslims are getting attacked.
You know Tommy Robinson?
So
Do you know
actually-
Tommy Robinson? Do you know Tommy Robinson?
Raj,
Raj, do you know Tommy Robinson?
I would just argue with you and move away.
Raj, do you know